Hi, in this video you will learn how you can use eyeshadow for contouring on a diamond face shape and to achieve a natural finish. Now, if you have a diamond face shape, some of you might already have a natural shadow that's falling under your cheekbones. Because your cheekbones are the widest part of your face, the shadow will fall naturally. If you don't have that, you can emphasize it with contour. Now, if you don't have any contour products at home, that's no problem, because if you have cool tone browns at home, this could be in an eyeshadow palette or single eyeshadows, and they do match with your skin tone, just go ahead and grab those. Because if you're using an eyeshadow, you can have so many different shades when it comes to cool tone browns that you can match it with your needs and also with your skin tone. And so I have a few palettes in front of me which I wanted to show you, which can work for different skin tones. Now for me, as I'm a fairer, I'm going into this one right here. It doesn't look like much in the palette, but it will be enough to create a natural shadow. And so if you're a little bit deeper, you might want to go into shadows like those two, for medium skin tones or for deeper skin tones. As long as there's a little bit more of a grayer color underneath that you also visibly can see, because if you have a look at the natural shadow that's automatically falling under your cheekbones, you will notice that it's more like a grayish brownish tone. And we're just going to emphasize that. We are not going to confuse contouring with bronzer, because bronzer you're going to use it to give you that sun-kissed glow to warm up your face, which mainly gets also applied on top of your cheekbones. Rather with contour, you're going to sculpt your face just a tiny bit to create that natural shadow, which is underneath your cheekbones, and then also on your forehead, and depending also on your face shape, on your jawline and chin. Now in this video I'm going to focus mainly on the cheekbones and the forehead, as this will also give you a little bit more of a visual effect. Now I'm going to grab also a medium-sized face brush, and the smaller the brush, the more precise you will get the application. If you're going to use a larger brush, then it will diffuse the product too much and it won't look that natural anymore, because you only have the specific shadow on one certain point and not all over the face. So I'm going to grab a bit of the shadow, and also don't forget to tap off any excess, because we want to keep it very natural. You always can build it up if you feel like you want to add a tiny bit more, but keep in mind, to achieve a natural finish you do not need a lot of product. Now when it comes to applying it under the cheekbones, it's basically the hollows of your cheeks, and we are only going to keep it to this area right here. We are not going to bring it forward towards the mouth, because if I'm looking straight ahead, this is when you will notice the difference. So I'm going to start just a tiny bit, and I'm going to slow it down and use circular motions to blend it. Now I'm not going to drag it towards the mouth area, I'm going to keep it towards the area that I mentioned earlier, just to really emphasize the natural shadow, because the natural shadow for my face shape, for example, wouldn't appear right here on the cheek, like on the apples of your cheeks, because those are the highlighted areas. It only appears where you have the hollows. And now once I'm looking straight ahead, it automatically will create a shadow just because of the light. Now some people might do not have the cheekbones as the widest area, or they have a little bit more of a rounded face shape. Now this is when you just have to feel with your fingers where your cheekbones basically are disappearing, where you can feel the hollows of your cheeks, and this is where you're going to apply it. Do not apply it on top of your cheeks. Now I'm going to repeat the same on the other side. Same area, blending it towards the hairline so that you won't see where it starts and where it ends, and using circular motions to blend it. Now, if you are looking into the mirror and you're basically doing the application, you do not need to see a straight line going from the hairline towards the mouth area. What's really important is that if you're looking into the mirror, or like me now right here in the viewfinder, to see if it's going to create that natural shadow. And this is all what we want. If you're looking straight ahead, you want to see that natural shadow. You don't want to see it from the side. And now we can also move on towards the forehead. Now, only contour the forehead if you really have a larger forehead. If you have, for example, a larger forehead, you want to mainly apply it also on the center of your forehead, like the mid area right here, and you don't want to bring it too much towards the temple. Like, for example, if you have a heart face shape, which has normally a bigger forehead rather than the rest of the face, then you want to basically contour this area right here to reduce it, to make the basically face shape look a little bit more rounded. But you can also measure your forehead, and this is only by using your fingers. And I would say that with 3 fingers and less, you don't need to contour your forehead, because then it's like a normal size or too small. And if you're going to contour, then it makes it even more like smaller, which will reduce the size of your face shape, which we don't want. But if you have a larger forehead with 3 fingers and up, then you can contour. And you can measure it by just taking your fingers next to each other and see how many fingers you can fill in your forehead area with. Now, I have 4 basically, and I'm going to contour my forehead just a tiny bit, mainly on this area right here. And then just blend it a slightly bit towards the side, but not too much, because for a diamond face shape, the temples are pretty narrow. So we don't want to make them even more like narrow, so that we're going to kind of press the face together. We only wanted to contour this area right here. Going to keep it very lightweight, and I'm going to focus it towards this area by using circular motions. So we do not need to overdo it, and we don't want to see a straight line going across where you contoured. Or what you need is that you will see a change from the lighter part right here to a darker part. But make sure that the blend is evenly. And depending on the shadow that you want to choose, you do not need to basically go into the shadow more often. You may also want to go into the shadow only once, and then you will see already the result. Now, this is how you can use eyeshadow for contouring to achieve a natural finish. And this is also my way how I like to contour my face shape, especially because I don't want to change it too much, but just add a tiny bit of shadow to certain areas. Now, it's also important that you will notice the difference with contouring it a natural way and also a commercial way. As I've also done a video a while ago where I've done it a commercial way, where I added a bit of a stronger contouring to my face shape, which you can also find right here. But always keep in mind that if you're going to contour your face, which can be a lot of fun, you also do not need to use contouring on a daily basis. Just have fun with certain makeup products, and then if you're going to wear it on a daily basis, you just need a tiny bit of makeup and that will do it. Now, I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up as well as share it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye!